This time we are in Boston on the east coast of the US, a truly inspiring and vibrant both academic and entrepreneurial hub. Here we are grateful to meet up with Henrik Tötterman, who has made an exceptional career from our beloved Hanken to Hult International Business School and Harvard Extension School. Now a unique insider with a heart for the Nordics in the region.
Henrik, extremely happy to be here with you at the oldest campus of Hult International Business School in Boston.
It's great to have you here, and to be precise, actually, we are on the Cambridge side of the water. Boston is over there, and this is Cambridge. And for us at Hult, we always talk about Boston. For our friends in the Cambridge community, we need to be precise. We are in Cambridge. But welcome to Cambridge.
Could you tell us a little bit about this environment as a business environment to settle in?
So it's actually interesting when you look on the history of this area. It's kind of Route 128 was the kind of the place where the computer kind of revolution started, and a lot of companies emerged in this space. And of course, some of them worked with military and that space as well, but also with corporations, a lot of startup activity. And then, of course, Silicon Valley picked up big time, and that kind of took a lot of the energy. Today, when you look on these areas around US and the world that are kind of known for being highly entrepreneurial, Boston definitely is top ranking here in the States as a place for a range of different things. Of course, we think about the research overall. You can imagine a lot of kind of knowledge coming out from these institutions, MIT, Boston University, Harvard, and why not Hult on that realm as well. And thinking about that kind of ecosystem and landscape that has been built here. But it's about healthcare, it's about technical innovation, it's about computer science, a lot of autonomous vehicle kind of technologies evolving here. Then you have suddenly companies that you would perhaps not even think about being Boston-based, like TripAdvisor, Kayak, Wayfair, and so forth. So kind of these kind of companies that are well-known brands and companies that consumers are interacting with on a daily basis are also headquartered in this region.
So based on your experience, for Nordic companies wanting to settle here, startups or scale-ups, what would be your recommendations or observations, what one should do?
So my feel is that when I look on Nordic companies, when they are interested to establish themselves here, they are joining the competition here, typically with quite small budgets. And that's a tough kind of position to put yourself in. This is one of the most kind of competitive markets in the world. And at the same time, of course, it's a very big market. So you you have the opportunity to scale here, but at the same time, you need to have resources to do so. So I would say that's kind of the first thing to think about, that if you want to come to the States, why? And do you really have the kind of muscle, bench strength to do that? That would be kind of the first point there. And I think we have great institutions and organizations that are supporting kind of export and expanding abroad. And I think, of course, for a Nordic company to use them as the support and kind of the preparatory mechanism makes a lot of sense. And I also work directly myself with a number of Nordic companies, helping them to establish. And it's a lot about market research, trying to understand the customer base, and not trying to kind of attack the vastness of the market immediately, but finding those pilots, the initial clients that you could serve, and then thinking about the positioning and ensuring that, of course, the value proposition is such that it carries, but also that the logistics to support it are in place. So I think that the kind of classic example is, let's take this software company to the States. It's very easy to export software, but we are going to have all this technical support and customer support in Finland or in Sweden or Norway, and then we serve this market. And this market is very kind of well served already with excellent customer service. So to do that on distance, of course, is possible, but you really need to customize and tailor it so that the American consumer or company customer, when they call into technical service, they don't feel that it takes a long time to get a response.
You've been working for a long time fostering talent, developing talent, and we understand that you've been working on a topic called creative leadership. Could you open up? What is creative leadership?
Yeah, so the topic creative leadership has been something I've been simmering on for a long time. And a couple of years ago, I approached one of the vice presidents of strategy from State Street, who I have known for many years, Jennifer von Briesen. And I was saying that wouldn't it be cool to start looking on companies that for some reason or the other stick out as interesting places to work. And what we started to look on was different types of rankings and kind of how different companies are partly branding themselves and also, of course, exposing themselves as good places to work. And then we also looked on the other side of the coin, looking on data from Glassdoor, looking on companies that are reviewed by employees as interesting places to work and also by former employees. And all of that kind of discussion and thought led to the thinking that I went back to my drawer. I had a framework that it was not very well developed, and I started to go back to it and look on it and evolve it further. And now currently the model stands on, you could say, 9 pillars, and it's creativity in the middle, and then it's different drivers for creative leadership. So we talk about strategy, we talk about kind of interaction with the community, clients and so forth. We talk about execution and talent, of course. And then, of course, more these kind of tacit, soft areas like values, leadership, and the culture of the organization, and also recognition. How do we recognize performance and so forth? And that model has been kind of evolving, and it's already now in function. I have a model which is allowing me to rate different companies together with students in class. But on top of that, we are also currently calibrating the tool with 400 cases. So we have kind of 400 company cases that we are analyzing based on the tool. But it's really interesting and I think very timely to think about how can the employer be more than just a place where you earn your salary and you build your career. How can it be a place where you expose yourself to challenges, you explore together with others the creative landscape, and of course the continuous transformation that is needed increasingly in making organizations tick.
What would be your sort of generational vision for the 20 to 25-year-olds starting to build their lives and careers going forward?
Yes, so I think my view has always been that rather than building your career, build your life around passions and do things that you're excited about, and then good things will come to you. I think that the too often I see students thinking about, I want to be in 5 years' time that. And that may very well happen, but it may be also that they end up in a different place, in a more positive place, or a place that is less than what they expected. And I know that many times we kind of guide our students and graduates to follow a certain kind of milestone path. But for me in my own career, and I don't know if that's good advice for anyone, but I just done things that feel right at the time. And just go with my passion and hard work and try to network actively and meet with interesting people and see how you can build a future together with others.